Okay, so right here I'm describing the force and errors that experience on the page. Okay, firstly, when you assess the listening part right here, and you can see it's on engine listening test. This one is pre-made before, so there's listening test one, and I click onto it. There are two modes to select from, and I can start seeing the arrow right here, the issues right here, that say audio element not found. But okay, so I will have the developer mode here. So it says like the URL invalid, but the audio shouldn't be loaded at this stage because I haven't hit either start test mode or practice mode yet. It is only loaded when I select either these. Okay, so let's start with the test mode. Let's talk about test mode first. The test mode is that the audio will be played from the beginning to the end without being stopped or any manipulation from the users, which means the audio only progress forward and you can't just move the slider back or forth. And it is not allowed the user to move ahead of the questions because there are a list of 40 questions and it will be synchronized with the audio based on the transcript that is attached to the system. Okay, so let's start here. Okay, so this is the test. So you see here the audio is playing, so the student can literally take note here, and they can also highlight, but the highlight is not working as it is expected to be. So for example, if I want to highlight, it is hard for me to highlight just a few words. And while doing so, it needs to be making some color on the view here, but it is not working as expected. Okay, so as I'm speaking, you see the audio is still playing, which is correct at the design. However, I I'm unable to skip questions, but in reality, I'm able to. I'm able to skip one or two questions. I can skip each question. So you see, it's like the arrow is skip flipping. So I don't know what's wrong with the console here. I can skip a question or I can skip the whole section. So the section is counted as each 10 questions. So I can skip the whole section to jump right into question 11. At a time, the audio will move along with the section that it's intended to be. Okay, so I think that is like how the test supposed to be. Okay, but the major thing that I want to fix is the practice mode. So whenever I refresh the app, it will be resetted, and I will go back straight into the welcome screen. So from here, I can again choose between test mode or practice mode. So for this time, I will select practice mode. Okay, there are many arrows and fault that I want to fix for this practice mode. Actually, for example, this one, there are 4 sections as I described before. Each section is for 10 questions. So for example, if I want to practice just section 1 and section 2, session 3. Okay, for example, I can hit start practice. Okay, but there's nothing played here. The audio is supposed to be played right immediately. So that is the first error I want to address. So it has to play. The second one is the timing, the synchronization of the audio is not with the question. For example, if I hit to question number 2, okay, the audio isn't play. It's not play here either. Okay, unless I
No,
hit play.
sorry.
Yes, of course I could. Just give me. Yes, of course I could. Just give me.
What time do I catch the tube?
Okay, so the synchronization is also wrong. In this steps mode, user can manipulate the audio player here, but I want it to be more robust in the way that you can rewind or fast forward in, let's say, 3 seconds, 3 or 5 seconds. So I need 2 buttons here to go back and forth in 3 seconds time frame. Secondly, I also want to mention about the synchronization of these questions. So it's not really time. So there's one script to stamp everything, including the time between one question to another. So the AI should recognize and move along. So in order to jump into question number 3, it will be the end of question number 2, so that the candidate, the user, can listen for the whole section of not the whole section, but the whole um, duration from the end of the previous question to the next one. Okay, to select the correct answer. But okay, so there are 2 errors that need to be addressed here. That is not accurately timed, and secondly, it is not um, it mishit this one. So for example, I hit number 3 is number 2. I hit number 4 questions, it become number 3, right versa. Okay, and what else? The audio isn't play automatically, and I haven't I didn't mention about the check the result buttons, right, for both test mode and practice mode. So you should have a check the answers, okay, to score whatever you have done with answers and explanation as well. Okay, so for test mode, you need to wait until the test finished to hit the score button or to hit the result button. However, with practice mode, you can do it anywhere. All right. So, for example, um, you can just finish few questions here, and you hit the check the result or show me the answer. That the answer will for the practice mode, it will appear next to the question that is supposed to be with explanation of the distraction and also the answers, explaining why the users or the candidates should get their answers. All right, so also they have the same problems with the highlighter and the note here. I think the highlighter should be decorated with some colors. Yeah, okay, and they can take note right next to the highlight that they want. Okay, if it's possible, it should be faster, like a pop-up right up front, the text that is supposed to be. Okay, regarding to the design of the interactive element, interactive quizzes here, I will send the AI um, the image of the questions, and it will compare the questions with the transcript and the timestamps on the audio to synchronize correctly. Secondly, it has to design the interactive element to match with the question types. Right here, I don't think it is very appropriate because from question number one, also, okay, there's one thing to really consider here. The question number marked on the interactive element are not accurate. So for number seven, that is number two in this one. Maybe the AI has understood it wrongly for a thing because like one section there are two parts, and user would have 20 to 30 seconds between each part for the next part of the same section. So it think it is the reset of the question, but it actually is not. It from question 1 to question 40. So this one should be noticed as one error as well. And let's get back to the interaction element of these quizzes. For this one, it's supposed to be in a table, and these blanks should be uh, distributed into a matrix of columns and rows, so it is more illustrative for the users. Secondly, this one, okay, I think it is supposed to be in session 2, so let me reload this. So when reloaded, it should return to the selection screen here, which is accurate. However, if I select session 2, session 3 as a test, okay, so you can see the test immediately start from beginning. It's not automatically right into the right section, which is wrong. The drag and drop here, the drag and drop here is also not as accurate because it has to be like two column display. So this also need to be taken seriously in the correction of the refactoring of the code. Okay, that's it. I think throughout this description of video, can you build up a refactoring plan? Also a plan for the next step when I want to build a more robust, not more robust, but a totally new section for the admin, so they can upload files and have more user-friendly UI, not code. Okay, visual user interface, so they can create their own set of tests with our dedicated AI. So this one needs to be fixed first as a model. So for the later test can be implemented more easily.